LEGO is one of the most popular brands out there, but even such a well-known company has its secrets. There are layers below the water of mysteries and secrets. This is the deepest LEGO iceberg. How far would it go? Hey, we all know
a man has fallen into the river in LEGO City. Start the new rescue helicopter. Hey!
As it became a meme. But do you know the man who voiced this famous line? Well, it was David Battenson. His most popular performance so far has been with the Hitman series. It is fun to look at this man and think that he was the voice behind such an iconic thing from commercials. Pretty appreciated, right? The original LEGO Jurassic Park. We all know the new LEGO Jurassic World sets, but what was the first LEGO Jurassic Park sets? Well, for that we'll need to look back at the studio's theme, and there we will find the original Jurassic Park sets with not movie characters but characters like Johnny Thunder instead. Now, if you have noticed, I have skipped some items from the iceberg listing. That is because I think most of you guys already know this, so I don't want to bore you guys. Also, I added some items myself and combining other icebergs together to create the best LEGO iceberg. Now, let's continue. LEGO knockoffs. LEGO has a lot of straight up rip-offs. These companies are literally stealing the design of LEGO sets, and also they are illegally stealing designs from you guys. Yes, MOCs, they are stealing designs from people on the internet to create these horrible sets, and they are also doing copyright infringement with some intellectual properties. The original LEGO Batman sets. We talk about the first LEGO Jurassic Park sets, but what about the first Batman sets? Well, released back in 2006, these sets were based off the comics and the Adam West shows that we are not allowed to talk. That's why they had this funny theme surrounding them. And later on in 2006, LEGO added sets from The Dark Knight. LEGO shorts for LEGOT. As the title says, LEGO is an abbreviation of a Denmark phrase that directly translates to play well, and it's some kind of neologism that makes the word LEGO. It is a fun secret. LEGO McDonald's toys. LEGO has made many McDonald's sets for Happy Meals, like these famous sets and many more. And unfortunately, Galador McDonald's sets. Cancelled LEGO sets. Now, I have mentioned cancelled LEGO sets in a previous video that I definitely recommend checking out. Click on this card if you want to know more about cancelled LEGO sets. James May LEGO house. This house in Surrey Hills in the southeast of England, which was the home of James May, a popular BBC actor from the show Top Gear, and was built with LEGO, yes, real LEGO. Unfortunately, it has been demolished because moving it would have been too hard. LEGO obscure games. We all know the famous LEGO games like LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga, LEGO Star Wars The Video Game, etc, etc. But what about forgotten LEGO games? Now, I'm not going to include Flash games here because there are just too many and I wasn't able to find the ROMs of them, so let's keep them. Now, there were games like LEGO Rock Band from 2009. Yes, it's just what the title said. It is a rock band and LEGO. Imagine Guitar Hero or every guitar game ever made, but with LEGO. Yes, that was the LEGO guitar game. We also have LEGO City Undercover The Chase Begins, which I used to own and I thought it was a horrible game because I thought it was the OG LEGO Undercover, but that was my fault. Don't blame the game, guys.
I am unbeatable today. Oh, really?
We also got Nindroids for the 3DS and the PS Vita, a pretty weird game. My favorite is LEGO Loco, which is like SimCity or City Skylines, but with LEGO and trains. LEGO Mr. Gold. I talked about this one before in my previous LEGO iceberg, so I definitely recommend you check that video out. Click on this card. LEGO Discovery Channel collab. Now, I am more of a National Geographic guy, but Discovery Channel collab with LEGO to create some space sets like the Lunar Lander that has since been forgotten. It is pretty strange that now LEGO is collabing with National Geographic, Discovery Channel's biggest competitor, but it is understandable since the Discovery Channel sets never made big success and were cancelled. LEGO Dino Attack vs Dino 2010. Back a few years ago, LEGO made a dino theme to the apocalypse, with sets where humans struggle to survive among the dinosaurs, in a world where everything was destroyed. LEGO thought this was a bad idea to release these sets in Europe, a continent that has been affected too much by near-apocalypse-like scenarios. So LEGO renamed the theme to Dino 2010, and it takes place in a world where dinosaurs are living among us. LEGO Network. Imagine a MySpace social media platform, but it is LEGO. My LEGO Network was a LEGO social media network where you could create your own profile, make friends and trade items, much like Facebook but better. LEGO today has the LEGO Life app, which is pretty bad in my opinion, but I think the problem is that philosophically it falls short, as in kids should not have access to social media. It is inherently a bad idea, and LEGO just removing features to try and make a social media app for kids, it's not gonna work, guys. That is the problem with the LEGO Life app. The LEGO My Network closed in 2015, but it was a lot of fun for some people, so it would be missed. The original LEGO architecture from 1962. We all know the modern LEGO architecture sets today, but what about in 1960s? Well, there were simple building sets themed around architecture, of course. The box art is very modern, so you can pretend to be Le Corbusier and demolish a half of Paris to build this. That is actually real. Look it up. LEGO Snap. Well, I talked about this one before. LEGO Snap was basically a copy of Kinects made by LEGO. You should check out my video on that as well. LEGO Inside Tour. Many LEGO fans wish to visit LEGO's origins in Denmark, in Finland. Inside the LEGO HQ in Finland, Denmark, you'll find a tour that only a few will have access to it. A tour not available for all, but a tour of wonder and more. LEGO Bob the Builder. We all know Bob the Builder and his affiliation with Lenin. But what about LEGO sets themed around Bob the Builder? Back in 2001, LEGO made a sub-theme under Dupo about Bob the Builder, and it ran for 8 years, but it has since been forgotten. It has a lot of figures, but many don't remember anyway. But I really like the design of it, though some figures are strange. LEGO Jackstone Stunt Show. We are all horrified with Jackstone, but imagine going out to Legoland and seeing a Jackstone Stunt Show. Yes, I would pretty much run away for my life. Back in Legoland Windsor, you'll find a stunt show themed to LEGO Jackstone. While it was introduced a while ago, it has since been replaced with a pirate stunt show, thankfully, because I would just been terrified. LEGO World Racers. This was a short-lived theme around racers running around the world. While I like the idea, I think the execution was subpar because we don't see many locales like Italy, the United States, Canada or China, for example. It is pretty generic in my opinion. But what do you think? Unfortunately, this theme didn't last long and was cancelled pretty short after its release. LEGO Tomb Raider game. Once upon a time ago, TT Games wanted to make a Tomb Raider game for LEGO. Unfortunately, the idea never went through because it wasn't as popular as Star Wars and it was later forgotten. LEGO Dinosaurs. We all talked about Jurassic Park and its origins, but what about an exclusive dinosaur theme? Well, LEGO made a dinosaur theme called Dinosaurs, yes. Pretty obvious. These were simple but pretty interesting sets to look at. I am pretty interested at them at least. LEGO Universe. LEGO Universe was LEGO's first open-world MMO game back in 2010, with a story around characters joining forces to battle a maelstrom. It was a failure and closed in 2012. Yes, 2012. Little Robots. Little Robots was a new game show made in collaboration with LEGO, and because of that, LEGO decided to make a theme out of it that was exclusive to the United Kingdom, meaning the sets are now extremely rare. LEGO Trollbots. LEGO Slicer was a predecessor to Bionicle, but a pretty interested at that, because in the United States and Canada it was known as Trollbots instead of Slicer, and had a completely different backstory, something quite interesting that LEGO seems to do pretty often. LEGO Nesquik Bunny. LEGO Nesquik Bunny was a polybag with the mascot of the Nesquik Nestle blend, the famous bunny, and a quite rare and expensive minifigure at that. LEGO made 3 sets with this minifigure, but it's since been forgotten. LEGO Board Games. It started in 2009, LEGO began releasing board game sets under one theme, all original and themed around existing LEGO properties. Then LEGO released the Heroica theme, which combined them all together, a theme just for board games starting in 2001. Unfortunately, the theme didn't last long due to lack of interest and was soon cancelled. LEGO Dora the Explorer. We are all familiar with the LEGO SpongeBob's and LEGO Avatar sets, but how about Dora the Explorer sets? Well, LEGO started releasing Dora the Explorer sets back in 2004, and they were pretty bad actually. I mean, look at these minifigures, they will scare you forever. Look at this Diego or Boots. Oh man, these are bad as Galador. The theme didn't last long, but it was still pretty terrifying, being the first Nickelodeon LEGO collaboration. Legoland Skyldorfes or whatever. This was the first Legoland theme park in Germany and the first Legoland theme park to close forever. LEGO first theme park was Legoland in Finland. It remained a success for the LEGO brand, and with that, LEGO decided to expand and build a park in Germany, specifically the Hansa area. This new theme park opened back in 1973. It had a mini land and a LEGO Riddle Wild West area, even with a LEGO traffic school. Unfortunately, the park wasn't a big success with its joint venture, and it closed 3 years later. Now the space is occupied by Hansa Park, a world-renowned park known for its rides such as Flug des Carnen and many more. I think the new Hansa Park is actually better than Legoland because it did what Legoland was never able to. I actually like Hansa Park a lot. If you look well, you can still see the original footprints of the Legoland buildings. LEGO would only expand abroad in 1996 with Legoland Windsor and will only return to Germany with Legoland Deutschland. Guys, we've dove deeper than any man before. We have gone so deep that I recommend you guys to beware. We're going to the last tier of the LEGO iceberg. You have been warned. LEGO Indiana Jones set with a swap. On the preliminary image of the Fight on the Wing sets, LEGO had this image of the sets with that bad Germany symbol on the back. It wasn't part of the set, just this picture. I think what happened here is that they overimposed this set image on top of the existing moving picture, leading to this small mistake. What I found also weird is the scene in the movie where, if you know, you know what will happen to this guy over here. LEGO Belleville. Lego Belleville was a weird thing starting back in 1994, and it was pretty bad actually. It had dogs and they were terrifying me, look at them. And they were made for girls of course, but I can definitely say Lego Friends is better. This theme will just horrify you for the rest of your life.
Love in Belleville is on my way. Love in Belleville is on my way.
Lego Cybermaster. This was a small sub-theme like Mindstorms, but before it, under the Technic brand, with instructions in a CD-ROM. Yes, a CD-ROM. You can definitely see how bad digital instructions will aid. Lego houses are built out of flashes. The new Lego modular hotel building has just been revealed and includes some new pieces with new colors around the flash color, yes, leaving many to speculate that Lego houses are built out of their own flashes. But I think it's just a funny thing people say to each other, it's not actually real. Lego Eggo. Eggo was a waffle company that collabed with Eggo and created Lego Eggo waffle shaped like bricks. It is so cool. The only problem is that it might incentivize kids to eat Lego pieces, which is a bad thing, but I really like the idea. Technic Lego Star Wars. Technic made back in 2000 these horrible Star Wars Technic sets. I mean, just look at Darth Vader. They aren't as bad as the new ones that failed, but they were a mistake. Cancelled Lego movies. Lego had a bunch of movie projects that were cancelled. The most interesting one was Lego Hero Factory, a live-action Universal movie. Yes, live-action movie that got cancelled. We also got the Lego Batman sequel that never happened.
It never happened.
It would have been a Justice League story and the billion-dollar Brick Race movie that
It never happened. No way. Not a chance.
Lego Wine. Let's go back to the year 1997. Lego made a gift for employees that included wine. It's strange to think nowadays that Lego would make something like that, but it's some pretty obscure stuff. Lego Shalar. Lego X-Ray Alpha Lima Alpha X-Ray was a small sub-theme of the Lego Racers line. These sets were weird and contained this weird minifigure-like figure, and the theme has since been forgotten. Mr. Margorion Wandering Emporium. This was a forgotten movie that I actually watched, since it passes quite often in Brazilian channels. Lego actually made a collaboration, remaking sets that they already have and putting them under the Margorion Wandering Emporium brand. But these sets are actually pretty easy to find these days. Lego Speed Racer. Do you remember this movie? No? No? Okay, me neither. This was a theme that nobody remembers. Yes, it only had 4 sets, yes, 4 sets, and has quickly been forgotten. The Lego Galidor Show. We all remember the Lego Galidor thing, but how about a Lego Galidor show? Lego made a TV show of its worst theme starring Nick Bluetooth. No, not that Bluetooth. It is a reference to King Harald Bluetooth of Norway. That is actually real. Look it up. And the Bluetooth logo is a reference to Harald Bluetooth. All Lego themes are connected, so Lego space sets are connected. All Lego castle themes are connected. Adventure is connected to Pharaoh's Quest, which is connected to Alpha Team, which is connected to Agent. So are all Lego themes connected? Probably not.
We got you.
But it's a fun theory to think about. Lego Festo. This was an art presentation made by an artist that depicts horrible tragedies with Lego as a political statement. These sets would just horrify you. Now guys, we are at the last item of the iceberg. An item so bad, so obscure, and so fundamentally horrible that I don't recommend you guys looking up. Don't look it up. But here's the artist's name that made these sets. Again, I don't recommend you looking up. We have traveled deep into the cold water below the iceberg, but I recommend you checking out this video if you wanna explore more.